Okay. So I need to get to my Dropbox. So if I go to dropbox.com, I don't want events. I don't know why that says events there. I just want to go to dropbox.com. And then I should be able to sign in. So like I was saying, you have to make sure you're signed in with the right account that we have on file for you for your Dropbox. So hopefully it's the same that you've been using all along, but mine happens to be through my Yahoo account. All right, so I never logged out of it. That's why it's here. So these are all the files on Dropbox, and when you log into your Dropbox, you get there, and so this folder right here, it'll be your URL, not mine. Double click this and it'll open it. And then come down. See these recents? Don't get confused with these recents, suggested for you. Forget about suggestions. Do what you're doing. That's what I always say. So I'm going to go down now to PBS. Okay, that's where the new memes are when you get them. And they're in here. And we had some old folders in there. See, here's more suggested because I was here yesterday doing this, is why it has all that suggested. But I'm interested in these folders down here. So I didn't, for instance, download my August folder. So I can do that, and I'll use those. Those were PBS. Yeah, they're not the memes for the anyway. June. Wait a minute. Where's June? How did I? Oh,
Bottom.
yeah, it's like because of the Zoom bar is in my way. All right, now June. All right, so if I come over here, check mark that, and then come over here in the download right here. Three dots. Click on download. Okay, now it's gonna put it in my download folder, but it'll be a zip file. So the way I do this is I don't go looking for the folder. I just click on the downloads. See, this is yesterday and here is today. All right, so click on the downloads, then it'll open in folder. And it'll open that folder for me, right? Where it is, and it's in download. Oh, this PC, it should be downloads, but anyway, this is where it is, not where I want. Yeah, that's downloads, where that is. Interesting. Now this stupid Zoom thing is in my way again. Downloads right here, you see it. Okay, so the folder I want to put it in, I only have one window open, one internet. I need two windows open. So I'll just go control and then type a new for a new window in, and it should give me a new window. For sure it does. Control in. Wait a minute, not working. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Just do this. Need two windows open, so I'm going to open up PBS. Right? And then, because I'm not going to want to use this downloads. I could navigate from here and do it, but I like to do it this way. In other words, I could cut this folder out of here and navigate to where I want on my tree here and paste it in there. I could do it that way, but I like to do it this way. So the first way I do it is I open the folder where I want to put it, which is going to be in here, and it's going to be in Evolve. So that's why I named the folder in here for the Evolve stuff, right? And then I'm just going to put it here at the high level. So there's the zip file from yesterday. All right, so I'll just make a new folder and I'll just say June. Okay, now this is June. Now I'm going to just cut this out of my downloads folder. Control X means copy and delete, and paste it in here. Control V. Okay, so now we have this folder here. All right, so this is a compressed folder, zipped. See how it says zipped? Wait a minute. June is here. Okay, so June, wasn't a compressed folder. If it's too large of a file, since I did it all at once, it was a zip file. So if you only do one folder, you won't be a zip file. It'll just be, it'll be there. All right. So you can use it like that. So if you want to just download each month by itself, it'll look like this when I open it. Come on. You're screwing up. It is a compressed folder. So Control X this. I didn't put it where I wanted it. I wanted it in here because I don't want to get it mixed in with all the other ones that I already did yesterday. All right, so I have a new folder named Dune. At any rate, now I have to unzip this. So you just select it and right click on it and then say extract all. All right. And then when you do that, it's going to unzip it. It'll tell you where it's going to put it. It's actually going to put it in this. See, I have it in, it's going to go in June dash 25. So it's going to create a new folder in my June folder named June dash 2025. All right, so you could change that if you wanted to. I never do. I just accept it. That's why I create a new folder in the beginning so that it'll put it where I want it. All right, so now it's extracting them, and here they are, right here. So this right here is inside of here. Well, we don't need to even see this. Close that off. This right here, what it just unzipped. So now it's not zipped. It says doesn't say zip. Double click that open. And now it's this, that's that other folder that I just closed. Now we're in that window. And now when I open this, I'll see my memes. Okay, so here's the 4 memes for this one. I don't know why it's not giving me a preview for that one, but it will. All right, so now they're the wrong size. These are 1024. So this is the 4 for June. There you go. Control R is refresh. All right, now all you got to do is right click on here. And then you're going to open with, and you may have paint set for your default. I do, but maybe not. So you're looking for paint. That's a native Microsoft program that comes with Windows. So you go to paint and you open that with paint. Okay, now easiest way to do this is just you're going to use the save as feature. So first we're going to resize it and we're going to change it to pixels and we're going to make it to 450. Okay, so yes, we want to do that. Okay, so now this is the size we can use good for the, or you can make it 600 or whatever. It probably would work. I use 450, so that's kind of arbitrary, but it's too big the way it is. I can tell you that for sure. So now I have this, but I don't want to overwrite the file. So what I do is I use save as, right? So save as, oops, now I just overwrote the file. So that didn't work. Now, I don't think I can undo that on this program.
Can you start all over again? Because I missed it anyway. You're going to kill me.
No, it's okay. I'm going to do it over again. I'll just show
Okay,
you.
good.
It doesn't matter. I don't need to save this thing anyway. I already
Okay.
did, but I mean, I don't need the full size copy. But now this one right here is 450 because I didn't use save as. So if you wanted to keep a copy of the original, you would use save as and then rename it something different, O1A or something like that. So I'll do it on this one and I won't make a mistake. All right. So what you do is you select the image that you want and then you right click and then you open with and you select paint. And if you don't see it, you click on choose another app and one of these here will be paint. Okay. So then you'll say it and then just say always, and then it'll open it default. When every time you try and open a JPEG, it's going to open it in Paint. If you don't mind that, then if you want to say just once, then say just once. But if you say always, it's making it the default program to open this type of file. All right, so which happens to be a JPEG. Now, this, once you have it open in Paint, you just use this little, where's my cursor? Here we go. It's way over there. This little thing right here, when you hover, it says resize. So I'm going to click on resize. And then I'm going to change this to pixels, not percentage. Well, you could do it in percentage if you wanted to, but I'd use pixels. So you can do it in percentage if you want. But I use pixels, and I like to make it 450, 450. And this link means it's going to do both, constrain the two, horizontal and vertical. Okay, so now click OK. Now we have the size we want to use for our advertisement. And now we go over here to File. This is where I made a mistake a minute ago. If you click on Save right now, which is what I did, you'll overwrite the file and you'll have a new thing that, but if you want to save a copy of the original in your folder, click on Save As, and then you got to tell it, yeah, I want a JPEG. And you get your options for your file extension right there. Now it's not going where I want it. Look, the last time I saved something was Savings Highway Global. So I have to be able to navigate to where I want it to be. And then that's PBS, and it's in here. And then it's in here, Evolve, Re. And then it was this June that I made for this this demonstration here. And then it's in here. Okay, so the original, yeah, there's a folder inside a folder with the same name. Sorry about that, but that's when it extracts it. That's the folder that it creates. Not worth worrying about as long as you know what you're doing. It doesn't worry about. So here's June 02. That's what it was originally. So you can't have two files with the identical name. So if I just add an A or something, then it'll be, so I'm saving that. Now what I want to show you is when you go back to the File Explorer where the image is, see I have two. This one is the original 1024 size, and this one is the new 450 size. Is that making sense? So here, I'll do it again. So I right click on the image that I want to modify the size. I open with Paint. I use this resize. I use pixels. If you do it when it's already highlighted, then you can just type. All right, 450, then I say okay. Now this is I'm going to use, so I'm going to go File, Save As. Oh, they want to know what file extension we want it. We're going to make it a JPEG. That's what it was. Could be a PNG. A lot of those old files, the older memes are PNG files. But anyway, JPEG is fine. Don't use bitmap, either one of these two, but generally JPEG. All right. Now you do JPEG. And then you say this one was number 3. So I click on 3 and just click it and add an A. And that'll stay. Or I could let Rory uses this feature 450. He'll name it. He might even put an X 0403 and then put an X here by 450. So it's the label and the size so he can easily recognize it. It's probably better than putting an A. But anyway, we'll do that. We'll save that. Now, when we look at the folder, I can close the Paint now because I'm done with that. When we look at the folder here, you see here's the one. When you hover over it, by the way, when you hover over it, it shows you the file type. So this one was a JPEG to start with. All right, so it makes sense to do it if it's a JPEG. Anyway, I mean, a PNG file supports transparencies. So if you have an image that has like transparencies in it, then you have to have a PNG file. But a JPEG is mostly what we use on the internet. At any rate,
What do
so
you mean by has transparencies in it?
You can have transparency. In other words, when you place the image onto a background on a web page, whatever's in the background will show through where there's nothing. In other words, like
Okay.
if you didn't if you just had a horse standing in the in alone, you could put it on a different background. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You
Yeah.
can, yeah, it's transparencies is what it is.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, JPEG doesn't support that. GIF does, but GIF is antiquated. Nobody's using GIF files anymore, so I wouldn't worry about GIF. Those are the original animations. Those little cartoon, you make 6 frames that do move an object, and then it stacks them together, and it plays it like a little animation. A guy shooting a ball through a hoop or whatever. Anyway, that's what that was about, GIF. And they still have GIFs. I mean, it'll work. I mean, it works on the internet. It does. Anyway, so let's do this last one that I have here. So I right click on it. I open with paint. This will be 3 times showing how to do this, so somebody ought to be able to get it after resize, pixels, size,
Excuse me.
size I want, 450. Okay. File save as. File type, JPEG. Okay. Now it was 4. I don't have to type 04 if I just see it already says 04 because that's what we started with. And anyway, now I'll just put the X for 50.
Yeah, I like that idea because then when you look at it right then,
Yeah, when you look at it, when you're adding it
yeah,
to your ad, you know
Yeah.
exactly what you're doing.
you know
Yeah,
exactly which one is which.
yeah, yeah. You won't get confused. Exactly.
Well,
I
because
always
with
hover
A,
over it
A
and
or
make
B,
sure.
you might forget which amount was which.
At any rate, so while we're here looking at the File Explorer, let me show you something. When you go to File Explorer and you click on View, if I can get it without moving the bar, click on View. You see you get this list here. All right, so if I say I want to click on Details, now I can see what file type it is. It says file type right here and what the size is. And this size is the size of the
It's
document.
not
In other
showing
words,
oh, there we go.
yeah, the how much data it is. It's not the size of the piece itself. It's just talking about size data. So originally that when we started out with for instance, let's just use O2 as an example because that's the one I did first. See, it was 54 KB, and after I resized it, it's only 87 KB. So that brought it down like 1/3 of the data to upload, download, whatever you want to call it. If you're a viewer, you're downloading it. If you're putting it on your ad, you're uploading it. But bottom line is, yeah. So the smaller file size has an advantage, and like I said, they'll if it's too large of a file size, they won't accept it. It just won't show up on your ad at all. So that's why they're looking at this more than the actual physical size of it. But that's why I like 450, and I use 450 usually. And I don't like it
Now,
to be.
if you right click on the file, will it give properties? If
Yeah, yeah, you can look at the properties. So right here, let's take a look at the original. Right here, you right click on it. And if you don't see this is part of Windows 11. Well, it does show here, but some of this menu changed in Windows 11. If you click this, then it'll look like it used to look. This is what we used to see, right? Or you might see this if you have a Windows 10 computer. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's just they changed it in Windows 11, but it's still here, properties, and it was there before. And now here you do see the size of the document under details. Where is it? Sharing, security. Let's see, what is it? One of these is size. No. Interesting. They're always changing stuff.
I know it.
Well, here's how I do this, just so you'll know. Cancel this off. I keep my view on large icons. Okay, and then on large icon, not extra large, large icons, then I can see what I'm looking at. When it's like this, when I hover over that file we were looking at just a second ago, it shows me the size.
Oh, okay.
1024 times 1024. You see how
That's
I'm doing
good.
that? I'm not touching, I'm not clicking on anything. I'm just hovering over it. Okay, so
Okay.
that's the 233 right there, or 253. And then this one is the 86.9, 87, whatever. And this is the one that shows you it's 450 by 450. So this is why I never get confused, because I just hover over it and look for that. Keep it on large icons and it works that way. So that, it's they have so many different ways. I mean, there's so many different views. Look at all these different views. You can look at these things and, yeah, you could look at probably details. List is just going to be them listed in by the name. That's it. It'll just look like that. So I don't like that at all. I never leave it like that. I like large icons this way. All right, so now I can use this right here, or which one would I want to use? Actually, I was thinking I didn't want to post any of these ads. I wanted to post the ones from that have the woman in it because, everybody uses females for advertising. Well, I might as well join the group. That's what I say. I'll get to these later. So in my other folder, now if I go up, I can get back to that because I started out in my high level evolve folder. So if I go up again, and now here I got to go up one more time to get out of this folder. See, here's the navigation across the top right here. I go up one more time and I'll be at the higher level. Now I can go into this PBS right here, and that's where I have all of them that I resized yesterday. And right here, and I put them in the, oops, what's that? Put them in all in the June folder. So here they are. So this one and this one, I think I was thinking I would like to use this one, 01 and 03, 04. So these, let's see, this is 01. See, this one I've already resized. So let's say I wanted to use this one. All I really need to know is what is the name of it? It's July-02 copy. So when I get in this window, when it asks me to upload my image, I'll know that this is the one I need, right? So I usually leave this open and then start doing an advertisement. So, since just for giggles here, let's use classifieds for free and that we can chat while we're posting the multiple states. This damn thing is in my way. Sorry, guys. Let's go on. So classifieds. Okay. Classifieds for free. Log in.
Oh,
I just renewed my ads this morning, so I don't need to do that. All right. As soon as it loads, it's spinning here, so we gotta wait for a second. For a minute. Sometimes if you just do Control R to reload it, it helps it get going, yeah. Okay. Now I need a heading. I've already pre-selected. I'm going to leave it on United States for the first one. That's what we want to do. And I need a heading. So here I have my headings already described. Don't buy. Actually, I don't want to use these because I've already used no real estate, no experience, no big bank account, no worries. I think that was the last one I used. So here's a way I can tell on classifieds for free. All right. So if I just go ahead and right click on here, my ads, and I'm going to open it in a new tab right here. Since I know Evolve was the last thing that I was posting here, so there it is. No real estate experience, no big bank account, no worries. I've had 11 views on that. All right, 12 views. These are the state. This is Wyoming, I know for a fact, because that's the last one I do. And this one is Wisconsin. So these are alphabetical going down. But look, all of these are getting views. Not a lot, but I don't remember when I did this the other day. But I'd used a different image. And here I'll show you what it looked like. I could just use this because I don't really need that right now. If you right click on it, you can open it in a new tab. So this is what I put out. Think multifamily investing is only for the rich and experienced. Think again. Our proven system provides you with the skills and the resources to enter the lucrative world of multifamily real estate without needing a hefty down payment or a realtor's license. Get the full details here. Click on the link below. And so here's my link that they can click on. There's the URL I always include in my ad and classifieds for free. And then my image looks like this, something I just had Pat or GPT or whatever AI make for me. I said, I want smiling people in a room looking at a desktop or a computer smiling. Yeah, it's something like that. Happy people. I said, yeah, whatever. And then I just made this, I put my thing, I made this meme for myself so I could advertise before we got this thing going. We got the memes. So I already have a bunch out there, at least 500 of these ads that have this image on them, which is not bad. It's good enough for advertising, right? So that's how that goes. That's how I did that. Now, what I'm going to do here is I know that's my last headline that I had. So I don't want to use that one. I want to use this one. Let's read it. It says, the Great American Land Rush has a new address, your multifamily portfolio. So that sounds good to me. I had AI write this for me too. Okay, so I used AI to get these ads. All right, so this is kind of a short description right here. I may want to change that, but let me go here. I copy this, so I highlighted it, and now I go back to post to ad, and I go right down here to where it says header. Control V that. It's kind of long. American Land Rush has a new address. I don't know if I really like. I don't really like quotations in my. Great American Land Rush has a new address. Multifamily. Oh, I'm going to change it to this. Backspace that out of there. It is multifamily. Okay, let him say, what the hell is the guy trying to think of? That was funny when the one guy pointed out the typo. And he does do that. And it does get my attention. He's not wrong. If I'm reading something and somebody misspelled something, I'll read it again and see if I'm dreaming or not. At any rate, I'm gonna want to post this into Biz Ops, right? Business opportunities. And then, yeah, you got to put some of this stuff in here. Well, you don't really need to. All right, so here, I want to add this part right here. I know I could have figured out by the way I do this, I could have figured out that I hadn't posted this ad yet because I hadn't added this piece to it yet. So I add that as I use it, and then that kind of gives me a clue what I'm doing here. But anyway, so the landscape of American wealth building has shifted. Forget the white picket fence. The new symbol of prosperity is portfolio of cash flowing rental units. Learn how to get in on the ground floor of this lucrative trend. Good enough to me. I like the way it sounds, so I'll use that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. Control C down to here. And it won't give me that spacing on my, when I paste this in here. At any rate, we put the category, so that's important. Now, you want to put your URL in here. I have it right. Oops. So I'll try it again. This is my new computer. The home and the end are in a different place. Control C, and then I'll put this in here. Control V. Okay. Now I don't have that image that I want to add to these group of images that I have here to use. There's that one that I showed you on the ad. All right. So we need to choose the file. Now this is where I have to be able to navigate back to where I want to go, which is really close because I was in Marketing Freedom the last time I used this. So if I go here and then I come to my Evolve, E, right here, open that, and then it was PBS, and then it was June. Well, that's because of the extraction. Okay, in June, and when it was this one, I wanted to use, well, I'll use this one first, the copy. So see, when I hover over it, it shows me this, the 450 by 450. But anyway, now I'm going to select that, and it says open. All right, so all it does is put the address right here. Now we have to upload the image. So choose file first, then upload image. Now it's here. Okay, so now when I click this, it's going to add that image. All right, so I have all that, but something missing here. No, I'm thinking of a different thing. US Net Ads is different. Okay, all you really need is the header, the category, then the description and the image to do it on classifieds for free. And I think that's why Rory does it a lot that way. It's just so people can do it because it's easy. So let's see what happens when I click post ad. Okay, the Great American Land Rush has a new address. It is multifamily. All right, so here's my ad, and it hasn't finished downloading my meme yet. I don't know what happened there. Interesting. Well, it's spinning. Wait until it finishes spinning. There we go. So that's big enough. I can read that. You guys can read that, can't you? All right. So now we're ready to start doing the whole sequence. Right here. Just make sure you don't have any errors, because if you do, you want to fix it now before you post 50 ads that all have an error in it. Click on it. Make sure it's going to go where you want it to go. Go into my real estate page. It's where it's supposed to go. Perfect. That's simple, Doug, or whoever. So now we just come down here and do this and start selecting. I'm going to go to do Alabama first. If I do this with my mouse, with my wheel on my mouse, it wears my finger out. Okay, so I'm going to click on one and post another ad. And, at this point right here, it shows the last place you posted your ad, Alabama. But when you change it, it's going to change. So if you forget where you were, you can always just look at that. All right, so you guys got the gist. I'm going to do this. I'll do one more and then I'm going to stop my recording. I like this meme. Ever wish you were at the right time in real estate. We have the right niche, however you want to say it, solutions you need to see. This is where the money is now. You find the deals, we fund them. You get, and we teach you how it's all done. You need to see this. That's a pretty cool meme. It's the first one in June, so it really is the first one of the group. I might as well use that anyway. Yeah. Was it the first one in June? I don't remember. That doesn't matter. That's the one I feel like using. Okay. So you just click on post. Oh, you got to change the state. Remember, I'm doing all the states. So this one was Alaska. So America Samoa. Now you go down to where it says post. Next one's California. I'll do the A's and stuff. All right, for now. I'm going to keep this open so I can continue. I had it happen to me before where this timed out. Like it was the next day when I came back and I hadn't finished all the states. So all I had to do was open up the last one that I did, and it shows me the state that I left off on. Let's say it was Mississippi. So then I need to create a new one, but it's easy to create because I know how I created that one to begin with, and put it in Missouri, and then just start doing those. Want to post another ad because this will disappear if if you wait too long. This will go away. You won't have this option. But yeah, so there's a ways around it. It's happened to me before, so if it happens to me, I figure probably going to happen to somebody else as well. All right, so what I need to do is click this and stop. Kind of ended up being